Class. The name of the program is The Way to Go. I invite you to join me each week at this time as we explore places to go and things to do. Every year at this time, it is a joy for me to talk about the Westchester Craft Show at the Westchester County Center. It's coming up now, September 26th to 28th. It's always been a great show. I've always enjoyed it. And today we're talking to two of the craft artists who will be exhibiting there and showing some of their work. Delightful material. My guests today are Laurie Goddard, who works in multimedia, and Kevin Kutch, who works in blown glass. There's some remarkable things to show. And I'm so glad that you could come here and bring some of your material and talk to us about the Westchester Craft Show. Really a great show to come. This whole concept of craft artist is one that has always interested me. How does one become a craft artist? What's the path? What happened with you, Kevin?
Well, I knew that I always wanted to make things, and I knew that I always wanted to work in art. I've always seen things and said, that's really neat, and wished that I could show what I saw to other people. So in high school, I started in arts, and I wanted to be a jeweler. Now, through all the years, things kind of change, and I kind of moved out of jewelry. I still make art, and a lot of what I make now, I just kind of consider jewelry for the house.
Well, it does look like jewelry, and we're going to look at quite a bit of it, but it's magnificent, magnificent. Our viewers are in for a treat. Laurie, how about you? You have a varied background. How come you're working in making bowls primarily?
That was a long road. I was trained in printmaking, etching and lithography, which is fine art and a very difficult way to make a living. And I knew I didn't want to print for people because you either become a printmaker and show in galleries, which is a really tough road. Great discipline. You have to learn how to create a print through chemical reactions, and if you make any mistakes, it's not going to print. So this was an evolution, and I made a decision years ago to make a living making art. And crafts is a much easier way to make a living.
Why?
They're more accessible to the public.
How do you show your work? Of course, you go to shows like this.
I have my own gallery.
You have your own
in
gallery?
Guilford, yeah.
In Connecticut?
A group of artists from Guilford, Connecticut.
Oh, that's interesting. So you have your own gallery where you can show your work.
All the time, which
is
terrific.
Do you both go to craft shows and exhibit there on a regular basis? Is that a good way to get out to the public?
Excellent.
Excellent way, yes.
But this is a juried show, and let's get into it. What does that mean exactly? What's a juried show?
The organizers of the show put together a group of well-respected craftspeople or artists or critics to review the work via slides, and they basically assign a point system in most cases. They look at everyone's work, they assign points for everyone's work, and then basically the craftspeople are just entered in the show according to the points that they receive from the jurors.
So it's not a question of saying, hey, I want to exhibit there, I'll pay for a booth and I'll go.
Not at all, no. It's
not in this show. In some shows, but the good ones now.
Well, Betsy Kuby, who does the show, and she has been doing the Washington craft show for years. This is now its fourth year at Westchester. The standards are very high. She's been on this program. We've talked about it and how one achieves that. I know when I go to that show, you don't know where to look first. I mean, there is each one is outstanding, and the next one is more outstanding, and the next one is more outstanding. Is it great to be in that atmosphere when you're in a show like this?
Terrific.
Do you learn from it?
Yes, you do learn from it. It's a great experience to be a part of a show like that. She puts on a very good show, very high quality show, and she keeps it to a size that a person can feel comfortable with. Some of the craft shows, 500 to 700 artists, it's difficult to go into a show like that and feel comfortable that you're going to see it all, or you're going to be able to see it all in a quality way.
Well, this one doesn't have that many, but there are 120 artists there.
Right, but that
from
keeps
all
it
over
down.
the country.
That keeps it down to a more comfortable level. You don't feel overwhelmed when you walk in the door, and it's like a football field filled with booths. Like I say, some of them where there are 500 artists representative. It's very hard to see it all.
Yes, yeah. Let's talk about. We talk about how one starts. Well, how does it start with an idea? Why don't we show some work? Maybe that will be a way to do it. And I'm going to start with one of your pieces.
All right.
I had no idea when I heard that you would be doing the show what your bowls looked like. This doesn't look like a bowl that you could hold fruit in.
No. Although that one's called fruit.
Oh, is it?
No, the color, yeah. It's good.
What is it made of?
This is made of wood. This is made of pieces of bowls. And you can see the bottom on one of these here.
You can't move it because the camera won't see it. If you move it, that's okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Now, each one of these pieces is hand-cut and assembled in a temporary fashion so I can get the sculptural form. And
Where do the curves come from?
that is the natural shape of the bowl. So I'm taking a bowl and cutting it into pieces, in totally different pieces, and I throw them into a box and reassemble.
You're starting with a bowl?
Mm-hmm. There's a whole bowl
Uh-huh.
that is then cut into smaller pieces, totally different sizes.
Do you make the original bowl?
No, I have no wood turning experience. This is not, I'm not a wood turner. I'm a painter. So these for me are like a canvas. I'm starting with almost a found material, and I'm recreating an image out of something that already existed, and I'm altering it.
No, so you say that you take the pieces, you chop it up, put them into a box?
And then later on I'll come back and I'll start reassembling from totally different bowls these sculptural pieces.
These, are they painted? I see there are different finishes on them.
Lots of different finishes. There's paint, metallic powders, and leaf, which is thinner than tissue paper. It's what you create 14-karat gold leaf frames with.
So the original bowls are not in this finish. You add that afterwards.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, yeah. I deny the wood. It's not about wood anymore for me.
What do you mean by deny the wood?
It's not about the grain. Usually people involved in wood want to have beautiful grain and the natural colorations of the wood. I like the feel of wood, but I'm not interested anymore in the grain. So I'm using the softness of wood and the fact that you can dowel it and you can drill it and you can use it that way.
Is that how they're assembled, by dowel?
Yeah, they're doweled, yeah.
How does a shape like that evolve?
Through trial and error. I piece them together and then I break them apart and I reassemble them and I break them apart. And then when I'm sure that I have a shape that I really like, then I'll temporarily glue them and I'll make marks to show where I want the dowel marks to go.
So you don't know where it's going to end up when you start?
Never.
Do you know when you're finished?
Yes, I know when I'm finished. That's the one thing I do know.
How do you know?
You just know. That's a gut feeling of this one's done. Yeah, that's one of the hardest things, knowing when to stop.
How long does it take to put something like this from inception to completion?
I work on a period of a week, probably 10 bowls, and they'll all be in different stages. And sometimes they come together beautifully because everything's working, and sometimes they fight me. So they're all different, but that's a very hard question to answer.
Let's look at another one, because I find what you do is incredible.
I did that one last night. That one's brand new. This one...
What is this finished in?
Well, this has metallic leaf sitting in the bottom. That's what all the metal... shiny metal is. And over that, I patina it with different chemical solutions to create lots of different patterns in there and aging looks. Then I glaze it with different paints and tinted varnishes. Then I will turn them over and I'll start creating with different paints and different finishes, and there's lots of different paints to manipulate out there, layers and layers, so that there's a transparency and a depth of color that you don't get from straight paint at all.
This pattern, does that relate to your printmaking experience? A repetitive pattern?
Repetitive patterns, yeah. Those are actually kind of like nail marks. That's supposed to be. This one has a bit of a Gothic feel to it for me.
And it kind of floats there in air, especially this piece over here.
Yeah, that comes back onto itself. So your eye should continue to move. With a good sculpture, your eye should continue going around so that it doesn't stay stagnant in one place. I'm not trained as a sculptor. This is very, very difficult for me, a lot of this work. Big departure and really fun. This is sculpture to me, yeah.
Is what you do sculpture?
Yes.
Kevin?
Yes.
So a lot of the things that we call crafts today are also sculpture.
Oh boy.
I think that's more of a personal decision, I think. A lot of people might make something similar to this and look at it as vases, not as a sculpture per se. What I'm striving to do, and along with my partner, is to make sculptures and to use the glass in hopefully new ways to create movement in the piece and create a sculptural object more than so much a usable object.
We're going to look at some of your work, but first I do want to remind our viewers that we're talking about the Westchester Craft Show, which will be at the County Center, and I want to make sure I get the dates right, on September 26th to 28th, and two of the craft artists who will be exhibiting there are my guests today, Laurie Goddard, who works in multimedia in bowls, and Kevin Kutch, who is a blown glass artist. Kevin, bring up one of your pieces and let's take a look.
Okay.
We talk about sculpture and art. When I look at a piece like this, and every angle that I look at is different, I think it's sculpture.
Mm-hmm. Like I say, that's our intent when we design and when we make the piece. We use clear glass, a very good quality clear glass, because we work with the optics that glass affords you. By making a round form and then cutting back into it and grinding and polishing the sides, when you look inside, the inside face of the corresponding side becomes a mirror. It reflects the image back to you. So depending on the angle that you look at it and what types of reflection you're getting inside the piece and so forth, it can multiply the image numerous times, and it makes it so that any direction you look at the piece, it's a new piece.
You must have a tremendous place to it. You're in Brooklyn, aren't you? And you have a partner that you work with?
Yes. My partner, Mary Ellen Buxton, and I are in the Red Hook section of Brooklyn. We're in an old Civil War era warehouse right on the waterfront, directly across from the Statue of Liberty. And it's an excellent setting. It's a heavy industrial setting, which we need for our purposes. We melt from a raw material, and New York City codes allows us to melt from a raw material if we're in a heavy industrial zoning.
So you working with clear glass, raw glass?
We melt, like I say, from a raw material, which is basically a recipe of silica sand, soda ash, lime, and a number of other elements that make a very high quality clear glass. Hopefully bubble free, hopefully free of any coloration.
Melted in what? I'm going to get this away, and this is heavy.
Yeah, they're substantial pieces. We melt in a furnace that is called a freestanding pot furnace. It has a large ceramic pot that freestands inside the furnace that we melt the glass in. The pot that we have holds about 250 pounds of clear glass.
It's heavy-duty work, isn't it?
Yes, it's heavy-duty work.
And where does the color come from?
The color is also glass. We buy the colors in a rod form from, most of them are made in Germany.
It's glass? It's colored glass?
It's
actually?
glass. Again, it's a clear glass base, and they've added different metallics and elements to it. And much like the glaze on ceramic pieces, different metals melted into a glass produces a color.
Let's bring up the two small pieces first.
Right.
I'd like to just, they are kind of variations on a theme.
These are both of our collector series of perfume bottles. They have stoppers in the piece. Everything we blow uses multiple bubbles. We like to play with the interplay of the bubbles in the clear glass and add the colors. Most of the colors that we use are very pure, transparent colors.
I asked the question of craftspeople all the time. Are these collector's items to be shown, or are they perfume bottles to be used?
Both. These are a very elegant piece just for showing, but they are a functional perfume bottle. The stoppers are hand ground to fit, and they actually do seat very well.
I see that. Oh, my goodness.
Which produces a good seal for the storage of perfume.
The same question that I asked Laurie is, do you know when you start where you're going to end up? Do you pre-sketch?
Yes, we do pre-sketch, and then we will go through an evolution process to find how the material flows in that direction. And it may take a number of tries, of trial and error, to urge the glass, as it were, toward that direction.
Has a mind of its own, huh?
Yes, it does, and you have to flow with it. I mean, you can force it, but you're not going to get the results that you want. If you flow with the material and almost become one with the material, then it works with you as opposed to against
Laurie's
you.
sitting here and nodding and saying, yes. Is that what it's about? The material kind of tells you what it wants to do?
It's in there. It wants to come out, absolutely. And you can fight it, but that's when you know it's done, too. I mean, you have this gut feeling of, yeah, everything came together on this.
But you seem to both work differently, Laurie. You said that you look into this box of found bowl pieces, and it evolves into something. You start with a concept and an idea, and then you make the piece. Is that because you're working in different media?
I don't have as strict limitations as you do, I think.
It's partially that. It's partially when you're melting clear glass, you've got a huge overhead in your studio. It takes a lot of natural gas to produce the over 2,000 degree Fahrenheit temperatures to melt the glass. So
sounds like hard work.
It can be hard work. It can also be very fun play. And when you're flowing with the material and when the material's working with you, it's just fun and it's just play.
And when it's not?
And when it's not, it can be a battle.
It's a learning experience.
And usually you're going to lose the battle.
Yeah.
And it is a learning experience.
Now, sometimes it doesn't work, but your material is reusable, isn't it?
Once we add the color, we can't remelt the clear.
Okay.
It would contaminate the entire batch of clear glass. And every time you remelt the glass, some of the elements that make it clear are consumed, are burned or evaporated away. So if you remelt and remelt and remelt, it will start turning green.
How about you, Laurie? Can you reuse?
Yes. There are bowls that I've looked at over some time and said, this isn't good, and I've just taken them right down to bare wood and started over again.
But you said something earlier, and I wonder about that. The process itself is putting things together and letting the material tell you what to do. Your process is so completely different. You're both craft artists. You're working in different media. You have different requirements. You also said, I made that last night. You can't say that, can you? That you made something last night and brought it here today.
No, I can't.
The process is longer.
Whoa, I finished that last night.
She finished it last night.
I didn't do that whole piece last night.
She put the clear coat on that last night.
Yeah, that's correct.
All right,
That's correct.
all right.
Yeah.
So it's not something that you can do in an hour.
No. Oh, boy, no. Absolutely not.
Uh-huh.
Definitely not. These take me a long time to do them. The atmosphere makes a big difference on my work, too, because the patina solutions are chemical. And it's amazing to me how within a 24-hour period, I will get totally different colorations coming up with them.
And talk about different colorations.
That's all paint. That's one of my favorite early bowls. I'm very fond of this little piece here. It's whimsical, but...
Are you whimsical in what you do for the most part?
Not usually, no.
No.
I'm usually not. I'm very serious in what I do with my art. Very serious.
Is there more appeal in something that's serious than something that's whimsical, to use your word?
Yes, to me there is.
And you find that that's what the public wants and the collectors want, is serious crafts. I didn't use the word art. I didn't use the word sculpture.
You can be serious with a whimsical side, but I think that if it's too whimsical, that's all you see. You don't see the craftsmanship involved in it.
It's so conceptual. This thing does not necessarily fit together. I don't know if the camera can see this. It does not necessarily fit together perfectly.
That's an important open space there.
An important open space.
Yes. That's a very deliberate motion of opening there for me. All of the movements are deliberate.
How do you determine what's important? I love the terminology, and I respect that terminology. I mean, that's the artist in what you people do. What's important? You know what's important.
You create a lot of tension when something jars, when it's not regular. It creates tension, and that is a very dramatic thing to introduce. That's a very small piece of work, and this is filled with tension. There's jagged black and white on the back of that, and strong red, which I like to get away with a very diminutive piece of work. This is the smallest bowl I've ever done.
It's very emotional, isn't it?
Yeah.
Creating yours too? Is it emotional?
Yes, it is.
You expressed some of the joy of when it's working and working right. I mean, the emotions are not necessarily heavy emotions. The emotions are joy and pleasure.
There's joy and there's pleasure. There's
Frustration.
whimsy. There's frustration. There's anger.
Yeah.
And all of those things can show in a particular piece.
Great love, though. Boy, when I think you'll find it in this show, everyone there is very dedicated and loves what they do. It's very hard work being a craft artist.
It's very hard. And therefore, the results, when they're beautiful, make it all
Very
worthwhile.
worthwhile. Very worthwhile.
I do want to give the telephone numbers that people can call, and I do want to give them directly. There are two numbers that you can call. The 914 number is 914-285-4050. There is also a number in Connecticut that can be called, and that is 203-254-0486, and we'll put both of those numbers up on the closing credits so that you can write them down and call and get more information about the Westchester Craft Show. I want to show some more of yours, Kevin. Let's take another vase. When do we have it shown?
All of these larger pieces we call our Atmosphere series. As I said before, we like to work with multiple bubbles in the piece, and this is actually what we call an open atmosphere.
I see that.
We've ground through the top air chamber to open it up to the sides. But this is actually 3 air chambers. The blue, the yellow, green in the center is actually an air chamber that's completely trapped in the glass, and the clear air chamber at the top.
Are those techniques that exist, that there are books written about, or do you invent?
A little bit of both. It's a very old process, and a lot of things have been done numerous times through the centuries. But the challenge is to find a way to do it new, to do it in a fashion that hopefully people haven't seen before and that has an intrinsic value.
And when it works, do you say eureka?
Not exactly, but it's a lot like an athlete. Yeah, you put that piece away and you know it's right. It's good.
And do you strive for a different way of doing it, or does it suddenly show itself to you?
You're always striving for a different way of doing it, but you have to be aware because sometimes it shows itself when you're not looking. And if you're not aware, you can miss something that's more important than anything you've been working on.
That's great.
What about the future? Is it are there new avenues? Are there new directions that you're going to go into? It seems to me that you're constantly changing, you're constantly learning, and you don't know what's around the corner tomorrow. You know what works now, but I get the feeling as I talk to both of you that something new is going to happen not too distant future. I know one thing that's going to happen in the future, and that is that we're going to run out of time. Mm-hmm. And the time goes very fast when you're in an interesting subject. You two are just fascinating, and I really thank you both very much for coming here and talking about the Westchester Craft Show. It's going to be a great show.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah.
Westchester County Center. Just from what I've seen here and what I've seen in the past, the craft show, the Westchester Craft Show at the County Center is going to be terrific. Go there, you're going to enjoy it. I'm Norman Liss. The name of this program is The Way to Go. And until next time, enjoy yourself.